Welcome, everybody. Welcome back, actually, to another episode of The Creep Show. I'm Lou from Lou's Freaks, Oddities, and Antiquities, and today on The Creep Show, we got something really rare and special. Let me set it up for you. So, the year is 1886. The phone has just been invented. Writing letters, the telegraph, trash. Obsolete, trash now. Don't use it. Prank calls exist now because you got the phone. Phone sex, it's a thing. So Thomas Edison, the Steve Jobs of his time, inspired by the telephone, decides to make the first ever sound recording device. And he calls it the graphophone. But it doesn't really stick, so people call it a talking machine. And he's actually the first person to ever actually hear his own voice through a device. So that's incredible. He invents this graphophone. He uses these wax cylinders that have small little, hardly to see bumps on it. And we have one of those devices, but we don't have the Thomas Edison one. We have one even rarer than that. It's the Busy Bee, invented by this company out in Chicago. Now, why is the Busy Bee a lot rarer than the Thomas Edison version? Because people bought and manufactured a lot of Thomas Edison graphophones. People wanted the Thomas Edison graphophone. They didn't want the Busy Bee. The Busy Bee kind of just copied Thomas Edison's invention. But what makes the Busy Bee so special is there wasn't that many made. They couldn't compete with the Thomas Edison graphophone. And we have the actual Busy Bee first graphophone. That's amazing. Check it out. It's over 100 years old. Yeah, here it is. So it takes these wax cylinders, and I'm not gonna take it out. So time's out again. I'm probably gonna do that in every episode. I when I had purchased this, the guy gave me a graphophone. He gave me a wax cylinder, and I don't know if you saw my episode of Pick. He gave me came with a cylinder, whatever. And these cylinders are extremely rare and extremely delicate. And you know what I did on the first fucking day? I broke the goddamn wax cylinder. I hated that. And I was like, okay, well, it was pros and cons to that. Pros, that wax cylinder, it had a comedy sketch from I don't know, from what era. And it was kind of in bad quality, and I really wanted a music one, and he gave me one that had a small little comedy routine on it. I was listening to it when I was over there, and it was really hard to understand. You really couldn't understand it. Nothing like off color or racist was being played on it, so I was like, well, it's just jokes that I can't get, whatever. So I take this to my house, I try popping it, and it fucking breaks into 3 pieces. And I am heartbroken. I literally, my coworkers at work were like, why are you so bummed? I was like, I broke this really rare wax cylinder that the guy told me not to break. And so I called the guy, and I was like, hey man, you got any more of those wax cylinders? And he was like, nope, I've been collecting these things for 40 years. 40 years. And I only bumped into 2 Busy Bee graphophones, and I've only found 2 wax cylinders. The one you bought, you have one, and the one that he has. And he was like, I was on the phone with him. He's like, I'm looking at mine right now. And I was like, oh man, how rare are they? He's like, they're really, really rare. So Thomas Edison also invents the wax cylinder like Busy Bee, but Thomas Edison makes his inside the cylinder a special way that it won't fit on the Busy Bee. So Busy Bee has to make its own cylinders. Or I think it was that Busy Bee made it so that it only took Busy Bee cylinders. One of those, I can't remember. But the cylinders are stupid rare, and they're really, really, really expensive. So I'm just glad I went on eBay, and I saw one for sale, and there was only 2 for sale, and I found one. And the other one was kind of in bad shape, so I had to bargain that guy down. Anyways, I got one, Pop the bad boy in, plays like a charm. So anyways, yeah, this is a graphophone. And this was the first device to ever actually play sound. So now you could record music on like a studio, and you would play it like on these wax cylinders. Like these were the first ever like recording devices. That's amazing. And this thing's like over 100 years old. On the side here, it has like a couple of the patents, and the youngest, the earliest is 1886. It goes all the way to August 1901. Very cool piece. And this is just an amazing thing to find, because like this doesn't run on electricity or anything like that. It's just pure mechanics. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up, and we're gonna turn this bad boy on. So yeah, we need the horn. Where's the horn of the unicorn? Oh, here we go. So we got to put the big old horn right in here, and then all right. Okay. Now we're just gonna wind this bad boy up. Awesome. And let it rip, baby. That's amazing. So this thing has two weights. Like, let me show you these two like spinning counterweights right here. So it has these two spinning weights right here, and like they spin faster and faster and faster and faster, and it allows this to spin. I mean, it allows this to like start moving forward through like a little screw push thing right here, like a little kind of like a corkscrew device. But you see, you have to wind it kind of, not a lot, but you got to wind it. I've never winded it enough to where it goes to like the whole cylinder. So I'm going to do this one more time. So we're going to wind it up. This little winding device here, I don't know what would be the proper term for it. It's gorgeous. Like that's just amazing in itself. It's just, you know, that's the thing I love about antiques. Not even just like weird stuff. Like I like weird stuff. I'll never not like weird stuff. But antiques in general, they just have such great attention to detail. And something like this was just like an insane invention for its time. Like this thing was just like, this is just wild. Like this is like so fucking cool. Anyways, that's it for today's episode. I'm Lou from Lou's Aussie Antiques. And hey, if you have any questions or you want to see something, maybe you want to see something wild or whatever, and I might have it, because there's a lot of things that I have that I don't show. But yeah, you know, write in the comments, and don't forget to like and share this video. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Peace. Just gonna play this thing one more time because this thing is just so fucking neat. Oh wait.